And now we receive Daniel Kovalik, who is a human rights advocate and a professor at the Pittsburgh University Law School. Hello, Daniel, and thank you for your time and presence.
Thank you, Gladys.
So, Daniel, this is the second impeachment motion that will be presented against Donald Trump. But aside last year's attempt, the circumstances are stronger and the facts are fresh, not only because of the storming of the Capitol last week, but also for all the 2020 events. Can you please describe and detail for us how the odds play in favor of the impeachment motion?
Well, I mean, because the Democrats control the House, I think they will be able to pass this motion. It won't, get to the Senate. There won't be a hearing, but they'll be able to at least say he was impeached twice. Obviously last week we saw very extreme events at the Capitol where Donald Trump held a rally and told his followers to then go to the Capitol. He didn't tell them what to do when they were there, but of course they took it upon themselves, and some clearly went to Washington with the intention to get into the Capitol and cause mayhem. And so Trump is seen as helping incite this. And, it's a very serious charge against him. Clearly, it appears that what he did was be a party to treason. So I understand the desire to impeach him. My concern, though, honestly, is that we're in the midst of a pandemic, which the whole world is facing. But we have the United States has the worst numbers in the world in terms of people with cases, people dying, people being thrown into poverty, thrown out of their homes. And honestly, I would like to see Congress focus on that, focus on taking care of people, instead of, frankly, having this partisan move to impeach a president who will be out of office in less than 2 weeks. To me, that's the elephant in the living room here.
Okay, so in the case that the impeachment motion proceeds, what could we expect for the last days of Trump's administration with Vice President Mike Pence acting as the president?
I mean, if that succeeds, I don't think it will, but let's assume it does. Again, Pence would be nothing but a placeholder at this point. The Trump presidency is over one way or another. And I don't see anything changing between now and inauguration, whether Trump's there or Pence is there. It's over. And again, if anything could be done, it would be to pass legislation to try to help average Americans during this crisis. Instead, again, what the Democrats are pushing for is something that's merely symbolic. It's not going to make a difference, really.
Okay, we now understand that it's true. It's only 2 weeks away, less than a week away, in fact. So how this affects the political landscape that the president-elect Joe Biden will have to face after January the 20th?
Well, look, I think he is certainly taking over a House divided. The U.S. is very polarized right now. But look, again, if Biden does the things that I'm talking about, if he gets financial support into Americans' hands, if he prevents people from being evicted, if he makes sure that these vaccines are given out in a hurry, I think he'll do just fine. There's a lot of suffering in this country. And that's what has to be addressed. If Biden does that, he'll be considered the next Franklin Roosevelt, right? But if he decides to spend his time, again, in these partisan squabbles with the Republicans, then he is doomed to fail.
Well, we hope that the United States people can see a better tomorrow now with Joe Biden in the presidency. We thank you, Daniel, for your opinions and also your criteria and your time. And now we continue with this news brief.